Okay, it's time to return and play a little more of Theme Hospital, actually continue with the works, mind you. And actually we are finally getting some work done in this hospital. Well, actually I've done quite some work on this hospital especially. Well, in Theme Hospital generally, because we are on the last episode, so in order to get here, then wasn't it quite the way? Yes, it was. And well, as you can see here, I made quite a few changes to the hospital, yes, in between episodes, like usual. You can now have a glimpse of what have been done and what haven't been done. There's a lot of empty spaces left yet, as you may realize here, so we have space to actually improve or to expand our hospital, but I feel like we did everything, kind of everything we want to do. I just ran out of ideas, let's say. One thing I'm not very happy about, for example, is this huge room for a cardiogram. I don't think a cardiogram requires such a big room. Perhaps this ultra scanner here would require. It would be better to make a bigger room for the ultra scanner, so the doctor working on it wouldn't be that unhappy. You can see here that I actually swapped places. Well, not really swapped place, but I took the blood machine out of here, placed the general diagnose room over there, some bathrooms all over the goddamn place. I removed this one which was bugged over here, and well, you can see that I did quite a few changes here and there. Pretty much working on an idea that I should have bathrooms all around the hospital. The cure, or I know I actually raised the volume for the the music, but I feel like I don't know what was wrong with my ear that time. Let's put it back to where it was. 30% much better for my ears at least. Even though actually I don't really mind the music at all, but I've been hearing it for longer than you have, I suppose. Even though we can say we started the series together, I've been playing far longer than just this series. So anyway, let's get back to what I was speaking, which means that kill machines closer, or as close as possible to the helipad, despite the fact that I have this operating feature over here. But that's okay, I have this one over here too, so if there is an emergency they will be coming here, part of them will become here, and the ones that are not going to be attended immediately will be coming over here, so I think it will still be alright. And diagnose rooms as far as possible from the entrance, you know. Also separating a wing for the GP's offices, such as this one. It's just so is the case for this place over here, even though we have a GP's office over here too. Do we actually need all those GP's offices? Apparently we do, for now at least. And I was actually made quite a pause there before continuing what I was speaking about, because perhaps it would be wiser to place this electrolyzing this shower over here and the GP's offices over here instead, because I don't know if this is actually closer to the entrance, because I will have to go quite the way in order to get here, and going through here might be actually closer. Anyway, that's how the hospital has been laid out. Now we have one mission, one mission only. Well, actually we should have more than just one mission, two to be entirely sincere, which is to cure 750 people and make up to 750, how do you say that? 750,000 bucks. Yes, there we go. And we have 57% of the population in the hospital too. So we are in a good way to, wow, 34 people in my hospital. We are definitely on our way to make that much money. And actually I really think that we got that many people in our hospital only when I actually reorganized the hospital and placed the machines in a proper way, like we can say, perhaps when I have reorganized the hospital and messed around with it. Do I want to let's leave it like that. So perhaps to get more people in the hospital we have to actually have all of the machines to attract people. I don't know the mechanics about how you attract patients to your hospital. It's not quite clear for me, so I'm still trying to figure that out. Perhaps you already know that. Yes, lucky you. I certainly do not know how you do to actually attract people to your hospital, because if I did, I would have perhaps beaten this game sooner. Yes, because it pretty much took me what 5 years, 5 years to actually get as many people in the hospital, which means more people with money, yes, to pay for the services of the hospital. So let's put the speed up to the maximum. See what will be happening in this episode. Yes, if we will be making money fast enough. It's quite the money that we have to make. Yes, even though by the end of the year, at least, well, we can say at least. Can we? Yeah, 10,000 bucks will be made. Yes, at least. Hopefully, we'll be doing. We'll be getting as much money as we've been getting previously, and making 22,000 bucks. Now that's going to certainly help. Let's fix that thing. Why not? Not fix, but change the hardware. So let me see here. I don't know, watering plants, really. Don't see any plants here die or anything like that. They all seem kind of okay. And we have, actually, I hired one extra handman. Perhaps we might end up hiring more and putting these numbers all the way up to 40. What's this? The guy really liked the hospital. Yeah, no, I spent quite some time working on this hospital. You can see that I even, actually, I think I spent a whole month on the game, yes, in order to get the hospital where it is currently. Anyone worth hiring here? Do I really need to hire? Well, what I could do actually is hire doctors to train. You know, I think I told you about that strategy on the previous episode. Hire doctors to train. Then, when they are all the way up to perhaps a consultant, we can fire the most expensive doctors here, and even more incapable or more inept. No, inept is not really the right word. Not as skilled. Yes, doctors that do not have specialization in all areas. Such will be the case, as it will be the case for the doctors we are training currently. So I don't know why they enhanced this bloody machine, because it doesn't even need to be repaired. But anyway, so yeah, you can see here. I have a glimpse of. Let me pause here. Yeah, you can have a good idea here. This guy, they're being trained. You can have an idea here that there are many doctors, many expensive doctors here under my belt currently. Well, this one's my professor, but perhaps we can get a cheaper professor as well. And when I train these doctors properly, they will be will be costing not even half of this the amount of this guy that this guy charges us, allowing us to actually make money faster. Perhaps I might want to go for that. I don't know. I will think about that, consider that. Even though the description for those doctors were much worse than for these guys here. Yeah, that's definite. So let's proceed here with the hospital. Hopefully some emergencies, perhaps like I told you, even epidemics will be coming by. That will certainly aid us on our objectives here money-wise. As you may see, here's quite a considerable amount of money. We are about to reach the first 100,000 bucks. Yes, I don't think we will be spending any more money, because like I told you, I already got all of the rooms in the hospital. We do have space to improve, yes, to place more of them if necessary, but let's try and avoid spending money necessarily. Yes, let's try and keep that money so we can actually beat the game once and for all, mind you. Hopefully. So let's speed up the time. I was thinking about placing a bench here. I said that I wasn't going to spend money, and there I go. Spending money again. Let's place this like that. I think it would be interesting to do so. Right. So perhaps since we have time on our hands, we can go back some of the points over. Let me just check one thing here. Oh, let me just fix this little. Put the right things on and turn off what we don't quite need. Let me just check some. Okay, cure is not important. Deaths, okay, we only got 2 deaths. Let's hopefully keep it at that. Yes, unless more. Ooh, we have 1,000 reputation. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, we're definitely making a lot of money. Really? Oh, that's awkward. Because I spend a lot of money, even though I have spent a lot of money previously. Well, while building the a better hospital, let's say not ideal hospital, a better hospital. I spent a lot of money, but still we made far more money than. It's almost like they have swapped. No, it's wrong. This the money out should be 31,000, and the money in should be 16 instead. Because considering that how much money I spent recently, that's what would make sense upon my eyes at least. But anyway, yeah, killing rats also help. Let me do the following: announcer off, because yeah, things are going to get. Why can't I select the goddamn rat? There we go. We are going to get a lot of cures. We have a lot of far more patients and rooms at the hospital, so she will be working a lot more. It might end up getting a little annoying as to hear her all the time calling for doctors and for whatnot. We don't really need that, I'm guessing. Yeah, so let's turn the announcer off now. Otherwise, it might be even annoying. Let me think here. And it's 32. Okay, we have a definitely a decent amount of patients that will put us on where we want to be. Yes, get us where we want to reach. Yes. So yeah, theme hospital. This whole thing for reference. Managing game. I was thinking about that. Yes, how simple is that really a good way to put it, but how many flaws yes this game has, and perhaps how simple it might actually be to improve the game, this formula here, or at least how apparent it is to improve. Still, many people when they try to let me place a drink machine over there, they make their own managing game. They fail to make something as good as Team Hospital, even though here I am speaking a lot of bad things supposedly about it. Yes, about bugs and whatnot, and sometimes even how much I sound that I want to finish the game as soon as possible, kind of making you, whoever's listening, believe that I'm fed up with the game or something. But no, it's not truly the case. Yes, I have actually played enough of it. Yes, but I'm not fed up with it. I could play it some more. There is a couple of more levels. Even though I gotta say that the bugs definitely make me not want to play the game. Yes, any longer, because it's just it's unfair. Let's say it's hard to find the right mechanics to understand the rules of the game when something unexpected, something that's not rational, let's say, comes by, which is the case of a bug. So there are no mechanics. It's not supposed to have a bug is not supposed to have mechanics to go around. Yes, because it's a bug, it's not supposed to be there. So that really detract from the whole experience when you find yourself with a problem which you can't quite solve it. Yeah, apparently I've managed to solve most of the bugs that I face in the game. Luckily, you might even say, because sometimes there are some yeah, they call it game breaking bugs. I know there's an emergency. I'm going to check it. Yeah, oh, this is definitely going to help us. Let's handle this emergency. I think that 7 people, 1 room is more than enough. So yeah, we haven't yet found a game breaking bug, because if it was game breaking, I wouldn't be playing the game anymore. I would have to actually I found a game breaking bug, because I remember having to actually reload some older previous saves, yes, in order to continue, such as the case for the GP's office. So that would be, yeah, not really game. I don't think that fits as a game breaking bug, because you can play with that bug, but it really would make your life much worse. Yeah, so It's annoying, yes, but perhaps not really considered a game-breaking bug. But anyway, let's just have a look into this emergency here. Then we are going to proceed with the discussions, yes, or reviewing or giving the final words. Better say. Uh, let's see. I'm not sure if one room's more than enough for all these guys. I still have space here for another room if I need to. Okay, these guys are already attending all of them. Am I really risking it? It's pretty quickly as animation. I think it's more than enough. One room is more than enough for all of these guys because the animation is fast. The movement is fast. It doesn't need any repair, so there will be no goddamn handman stopping the procedure. Yes, not to fix the machine. So I think we might be okay here. Let me see here. Any interesting doctor to hire? How are my doctors being trained doing? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I also hired another nurse here. This one, and there was a nurse which was cost $133 per month or so, or per week. I don't know how this payments work. I think it's monthly. So yeah, that's another change. Not that important to tell you that, but since we are on it, since we are reporting us our doings, might as well mention that. Even though I'm quite confident that a lot of other things I forgot to mention. But anyway, I think this is the last one, isn't it? Yeah. Too bad this DNA fixer here only has a use when there's an emergency. Otherwise it's not going to have any use. So but when it's used, it actually nets a lot of money. It was, how much was it? $40,000. Yeah, and plus the money that the patients pay up front for being healed. Yes, for using the service. That's just the how much money we got as a reward. So yeah, despite the fact that this room is not really used that often, when it's used, it really nets a lot of money to you. Right, we are pretty much by the end of the year. Let's check the end of the year, and we are going to see what comes next. Okay, come. I think that will be extra $4,000 for me, hopefully. There we go. End of the year. Probably enough interesting to look at. We're closing in on the richest guys. I'm surprised with that. But they are nowhere close to reach us on the cure count. Am I going to reach actually 1,000 cures? 755 visitors. Jesus Christ. Only 2 deaths. Even though it was a quite difficult level, and I really had a lot of trouble trying to stabilize and get a good hospital running. When it appears that I have finally done it, the numbers are, I don't know, I think it's quite impressive. I know probably there are people that are much better than I and whatnot, but still, yeah, I don't know what's with this goddamn thing here. I really don't know how to avoid this one, but I think you will have to constantly stay on top of the machines, but I don't have the patience for that. But there we go. We lost some money here, got it back here, like I told you in the previous episode, and even got some extra cash in here. That's 6,600, no, 6,500. That would be 10,000. Let me damn, my math is really bad. 9,000 actually. Yes, 8,000 here. Yeah, 9,000. 15,000. Let's see if my math stay up to it. 50,000. 70,000. 27,000. 28,000. Man, I just got lost. Man, I never see so much money in front of me before. Yeah, I think we got here 11,000. I won't mind bother me with my bad math. I suppose it was around $30,000. Never made that much money, but it couldn't come in a better moment. Yes, we are trying to beat the level, and Jesus Christ, we are pretty much by. Actually, was it that much money? Because we are. Last time I checked, it was $166,000, and now we are 195. Ooh, someone's about to die here. Why? Because we don't have a goddamn surgeon here. This guy is really tired. Let's get 2 surgeons there manually then, and who could I get there? You can go there. Oh, there's a patient coming. No patients are coming. So you go here, treat this guy before he die, right before very eyes, and also avoid deaths unnecessarily, because we gotta make as much money as possible, right? Uh, I don't really need any more consultants. I have all the doctors I need, and if I need more, I will certainly be training them instead of paying for them. Before I do anything else, let me check. You are the next one, are you not? Let me check. Yes, you are. I want to check how are the training for those doctors on the training room. I'm going to check it through here. Ooh, what the hell's going on with you? You are very expensive. Why are you so unhappy? Because you are tired. I don't know why you haven't gone to. Yeah, that's one of the bugs that really bother me when they get. They don't go to rest like this guy here. What the hell? I don't think he's stuck. Is he stuck? Well, it sure looks like he's stuck, but Jesus Christ, mate, go freaking rest. Yeah, it's a bug that's been bothering us for a while. I don't remember that happened in the previous episode. Not as much as it's been happening here, that's for certain. Anyone else? Yeah, this guy is also somewhere he didn't need to be because no patients were coming and whatnot. I think not. At least I haven't checked that, but goddamn, no wonder they are unhappy, mind you. Yeah, this guy that was very unhappy now. Now that I got him to rest, is not that unhappy anymore. Right, where are the guys? The unskilled doctors I have around. Some of them are really unskilled, mind you. Okay, the train is going rather slow. I think my professor's not that good. That's why the train is going really slow. Because I remember that in the previous episode it went much faster than than it's doing this time around. But at least some of them are almost ready. Would be too optimistic of myself. But we are getting there. Yeah, slowly but certainly. We don't really need those doctors right away, so we can allow them to take as much time they need in order to get ready for the public. Yes, to be released. Oh, let me check the machines. Yes, I've been babbling here and forgetting some of the constant necessities of the hospital. Again, I don't think that's quite ideal, or at least not have a mechanic to deal with that. You know, to allow you to actually just sit back and relax. If you're doing well in the game, why not give the player that ability, or to spend some extra cash, or perhaps even reputation in order to do so, right? Because you are not in the position of taking those, being, what's the goddamn word? Well, make those moves, let's put it that way. It's not really the word I was looking for, but it will have to do. Let me see here. Oh, this one is not looking good. Let's improve it up to 10. Not that good, but okay, it's okay. So, what the hell was I with my review? Yeah, some of the things we were saying. Well, I think I was overall saying that no game developer really managed to make a game as successful as this one. It's really easy to say that when you are not a developer yourself, you're not making a game yourself. Yeah, so everything is very easy when you're just talking, yes, and not doing. But I don't know how much of an interest from developers are there not to make a decent managing game. I should place some things here since I have the space. Why the heck not, right? So yeah, it's easy to talk, but how hard it is actually to make it happen, I have no idea of that. So I'm just exposing my thoughts, really, without caring the world about how difficult it actually is to get a game. I don't even know how complex it is to make a game of such as this one. And actually, everyone can say that it's not complex, or it is complex, but it doesn't mean much if you don't provide something to measure. Yes, not a pattern. What would be the word? Well, another game to compare. Yes, it's a relative thing, right? So you may say that it's very complex compared to, I don't know, Star Citizen, yes, which is a space game. I think you probably heard about it previously. So yes, definitely it's not more complex than making Star Citizen game, or perhaps one of the Call of Duty games, which requires a lot of people, but it is far more difficult than making, I don't know, a text-based game. Yes, so it's all very relative, and perhaps if you to have a good idea of how complex it is to make a game of this, such as this one, you would have to make, like, I don't know, a scale of how difficult it is or something. You can even perhaps tell how difficult it is to make this game such as this one by Bloaty Hat, too expensive. Well, ooh, strength of Jesus Christ, strength of 10, 3. How the hell did I miss that? What was I? God damn it! I got actually distracted with the low value of that machine, the strength of that machine. So yeah, actually I remember what I was talking about. You can perhaps tell how complex it is to make such a certain game by telling how many professionals you need in order to do it, in order to make it happen. Not necessarily, yes, a good way to measure it, but perhaps it might be one of the factors, yes, okay, you're the next one, are you not? Yes, one of the factors to be involved when telling if how complex the game is. But one thing is a fact. There must be a reason why nobody actually managed to make a game as good as this one. Yes, and I can't quite put my finger over it. I don't even know if I gathered the right personnel. I could make a decent game myself, you know, because it's different between putting the practicing, foreseeing all of the problems, all of the all of the problems, all of the things that how people interpret or will behave to the decisions you make, to the features you put in the game. It's all very complex. When anything, I suppose, that requires or involves people, yes, becomes complicated. Let's say, because you have to consider all the different people that will be playing your game, a different level of cognition, of learning, of experiences. Yes, again, if you want to make a good game, you might have to do something unique. Yes, or well, in order to make someone excited with the game, either you hit on the on what people are looking for. Yes, what is the trend for the moment, or you really come up with a unique idea. Not only a unique idea, but that has a gameplay value. Yeah, sometimes you come with a really unique idea, but it doesn't really fit for a game, or it's just weird. It doesn't really stand on its own. Let's say I've seen quite a few games like that. You know, the idea was quite original, but it has an idea of its own as the only gameplay. You know, or as a gameplay. Core doesn't really work, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of things to consider, a lot of things that make it very complicated so really it's not all about just talking about it, but also seeing it in practice. It requires skills, different range of skills, right? Like the the handlers here, yes, which is, some of them actually have a wide range of skills. But again, all of them all of the stuff I'm telling you right now perhaps help you understand that I don't think that despite of all, yes, bugs that Film Hospital present, it's a very well made game. It's the guys who come up with the game, who develop the game, design the game, are really good professionals. Yes, they are even very good skilled people. Yes, skilled team. It was a skilled company, definitely, and it's not an easy thing to achieve. Definitely not. But again. Many things can go wrong, and like I was saying, yes, one of the reasons why there is a difference between practice, what is the theory and the practice, and one of the things that proves that is that the game came out with a lot of bugs, really detracting from the experience. But again, that's how development goes, I suppose. I don't know if it's unavoidable or not. It's some area of skills that you don't really expect from the game designer, game developer, which is to actually manage a gaming company or manage time of a project and stuff like that. Indeed, you can start seeing then how complex making a game is, and how easy it is actually to just complain about it or even criticize it, and not know how actually difficult it is in practice. So, unfortunately, our time have come to the end once more. But I guess we have an interesting point of view here, or interesting conversation. I hope so, at least. Yes, you can leave your thoughts, ideas, inputs on the comment section below. Please do so, so we may have more things to discuss about. Yes. And there comes an epitome right by the by the end of this episode. Now the thing here is that if I try to save and leave after I pick up the epitome, I think it actually gets cancelled. Is that correct? Or perhaps the time runs out. So let me just see what is it about. Yes, before I finish the episode. What do you want here? So it's a very easy one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually attempt to cure all the patients. I'm going to actually just this person here, which has already been which is already going towards the to get treated. Yes, already going for the pharmacy, so it's going to be a very easy one, I suppose. So I think it's okay to actually just what I could do actually is just quickly watch these people be healed, and hopefully that will be, yeah, the end of the epidemic. Then allow the Ministry of Health come and the money be counted. Let's see. There we go. And yeah, 3,000 bucks, not much. So I thank you for your time. I hope you come by the next episode so we may continue making money and finally beating this last level. Now we are talking business here. We are definitely on our way to beat the last. We have beaten this, almost there, but we're definitely making enough money to beat the level. Perhaps an episode or two extra episodes might do the trick. So again, come by the next episode. See you by then.